Yo, 59 Gaming, what's going on? It is your boy ZVG coming back at you guys again today with another video on the 59 Gaming channel. And today, I am joined by my fellow free-to-play god, Mr. Azlik. Azlik, say what's up, man.
Let's go! I'm very excited to be here, boys. We're gonna go ahead and hop into this video and we're gonna catch some vibes.
First things first, free-to-play gang, rise up!
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
In the
True.
comments and whatever, you guys know, we the free-to-play are here, we're in this.
Oh no.
So with that said, in today's video, we are going to be doing our free-to-play tier list, the top 10 best free-to-play units in the game. Now, the conditions for these units is that you can get these units at their max potential without Chrono Crystals, and that's it. By doing their events or co-op or whatever else they put in the game, that's how you can acquire these units. And at number 10, I have the man, the myth, the legend, my boy, my favorite unit in the entire game, Purple Buuhan. Mr. Azlik, who do you have at your number 10?
For number 10, I have the Zenkai 7 Legends Road Trunks.
Okay, that's a pretty good challenge for my Buuhan right there, but let me get into why I have Buuhan at number 10. Number 1, I'm biased. Okay, Buuhan had to make this list. No matter how many units are better than him, he had to make this in, so that's why he's at number 10. And also the fact that he's a pretty good option for regeneration, dude. Like, he has crazy blast damage. His main ability, you know, his special move gets 50% damage up, and also with his blast card too. And he has that nifty mechanic where 3 times it activates only, where he gets a new card every time you use a card, which is pretty nice, I would say, even though it's not really as good as card draw speed. It's still pretty okay. But where this unit falls really short is the fact that when he reaches 50 timer counts in the game, he basically becomes useless essentially, because he loses his main form of damage, which is his second unique ability that gives him 60% damage up. Once it reaches 50 timer counts, he basically loses that and becomes useless. He doesn't really have any damage. He has no support. He can't really tank well either. So he really provides the team with nothing when it reaches 50 timer counts, which sucks, but it's them, Toshi. They gimped him for whatever reason. Toshi, I will not forgive you at all. That's why I have Buuhan at number 10.
Okay, so the reason why I have this Legends Road Trunks at number 10 is a little bit of bias against him. I do think he is out of the 3 Legends Road Zenkais that we currently do possess, I think that he is probably the weakest link. And you know what they say, you're only as strong as your weakest link. I agree. So, I feel like he definitely slacks a little bit in that aspect. I think that he definitely, one of the things that really holds him back for me, what really holds him back on the list even, is because the main roster for Legends Road is the 3 Zenkai units. If you notice, none of which are Gohan. And this guy right here, he wants to be ran with a Gohan unit so he can get some extra buffs, he gets extra damage, he gets extra strike damage, and he gets extra, or no, he just gets the strike damage, right? And he gets some buffs if that Gohan is defeated. So I feel like they really they kind of gimped him here. Like they kind of oh no, I'm not gonna lie, this is why he's at my number 10 spot. He definitely could have been a lot higher if he didn't have some restrictions such as those. But who knows, maybe he will jump up in the list, in my own personal list, when we do get the Zenkai 7 Legends Road Gohan.
So guys, for both our number 10s, they have glaring weaknesses, which is why they're ranked at number 10. But moving onwards, my number 9 is actually the Zenkai 7 Youth Trunks. Okay. So he's not far off from your list.
Okay,
What's your number 9?
So my number 9 is actually the King of Drip himself, or I should say the Prince of Drip, is the Jacket Vegeta, the Drip Vegeta. Okay, so the reason why I actually have this man at number 9 on my list is because it is very widely known that this guy is just a staple on the Vegeta family, right? That HP, I always say it in my videos, but I always say that HP buff for the bench for your whole team is just one of the best buffs that you can actually give your team. And so that's the reason why I have him on there. I don't think I think he has a permanent spot on the bench, but I also, for me personally, my Vegeta family team is extremely scuffed. It's like the poor man's version, if you would say so. I don't have Majin Vegeta. I don't have the Zenkai Trunks on there, or the Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Trunks is what I should say. And so Basically, I kind of run this extremely scuffed version of it, but I still have a good time in PvP. I have a successful time as well, and that's a big part of that is because of this guy right here, because he does have card draw speed, right? He is able to draw a blue card. He is able to go ahead and reduce the cost of his cards. So he does some good stuff here that I feel like definitely ensures him a spot on this list, and that's why I have him at number 9.
All right, fair assessment right there, Mr. Azdik. So the reason why I have used Trunks at number 9 is mainly because of his place on the Legends Joe team, and as you said before, he's the main blue on the team, right? So you're gonna run this guy, Zenkai 7 Kid Goku, and Zenkai 7 Green Gotenks on the Legends Joe team mainly, right?
Yeah.
And he also provides support for the team as well. He has good strike damage. He has a very powerful special move, if I do say so. Oh my god, if I do say so myself. And he also he's also fairly tanky too. Like, he's no slouch, man. He can take a good beating too, and he can dish out a very powerful beating as well. So that's why I have him at number 9. And the reason why he's not higher on my list is the same reason why he's higher on your list as well, is the fact that he really does need that Gohan to really push him over the edge. And I could see him pushing up higher on this list if we do get that Zenkai 7 LR Gohan.
All right, so moving on to our number 8 picks. For me, I have the movie Broly, the Wrath, or the Fury Broly, or the movie Broly, whatever you want to call him, the Zenkai Broly, the Rising Battle Broly. That's who I have at number 8. What about you, ZVG?
I have the Prince of Drips, Drip Jida, at number 8 on my list.
And so going into why I have the Broly on as my number 8 pick is because one of the main reasons why I have him on here, why I think he has a guaranteed spot right here, is because of the fact that you can run him on multiple teams. So if you look at his tags, he actually has Frieza Force, he has Saiyans, he has powerful opponents, and he has Sagas from the movies. Of course, Sagas from the movies is probably going to be his best team, right? Because that's where his Z ability lies. But any of the other teams that I had just mentioned, you can definitely slap him on there, especially on Saiyans, where he's going to be most flexible, right? Especially because Saiyans has such a large cast, it just being a Dragon Ball game in general, right? You are going to have, I think you'll still have a success rate putting him in other places, but you're definitely going to find the most success in Sagas from the movies. And I think he does a lot of good stuff here. Like, he has damage, he has like a special damage buff against Saiyans, right? And then yeah, I think he just does some good stuff here that definitely warrants him this spot. Yeah,
I can see that for sure. Now, the main reason why I have Drip Jida at number 8 on my list is the fact that he's basically gonna be on the Vegeta family team for life. Like, he's never gonna get off this team, because as you guys know, the HP Z ability bench is the best bench in the entire game. So any unit that has that Z ability will most likely be on that team forever, right? And the fact that we're in a yellow field meta right now with like God Ki having the Zenkai 7 God Vegeta, Regen having Zenkai 7 DKP, and Piccolo, and Androids, as we all know, has one of the most cancerous units in the game, Android 18 Zenkai 7, right? So this guy's gonna be in a lot of the matchups when you're using Vegeta family, right? Because he's a red unit, and he also synergizes extremely well with the units on the team because he's blast based as well. He gives support for the team as well, and he does draw a special move Arts card on his main ability, which if timed correctly can do some amazing damage. And he's also a mid to late game fighter because he does get some extra damage once it reaches 30 time count. So that's why I do have him on number 8. That's why I have him at number 8 on my list. So for number 7 on my list, I have Extreme Second Form Cell Zenkai 7.
Oh, okay.
Who do you have, Mr. Azdik? Yeah,
okay.
That's pretty interesting position for him.
Okay, so for my number 7, and this might be a little bit, this might spark a little bit of controversy. This might be a little bit too high for him, maybe, but I do have EX Nappa, the Zenkai 7 EX Nappa, as my number 7 pick.
Whoa. I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting any of the Saiyan Saga free Zenkais to be on your list, bro. That's pretty interesting. So let me go into why I have Zenkai 7 EX at number 7 really quick. So this unit, man, reading his kit, he's basically extremely good against two of the best teams in the game. He's extremely good against Saiyans and Androids because he does get up to 110% damage against both of these teams. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, that is very true.
He does have that full screen immobilized card as well. I mean, he does debuff their entire team -1 to card arts draw speed when he switches out, which is, dude, limiting your opponent's combo is very, very, very underrated, dude. Like, that's a very underrated ability right there. And he's also extremely versatile as well. He's on Future, Regen, and Androids. So if you don't have the best blue units for each of those teams, you can just get this guy, the Zenkai 7, and use him on those teams and get pretty good results, honestly.
I agree. I definitely agree. Honestly, too, and before we go into why I went into why I chose Nappa for my number 7 seed, I was actually debating. I was really like hesitant on choosing Nappa over the Cell right here, and the only reason why I went with the Nappa over the Cell is because of the fact that Nappa is on Saiyans, and like I said before when I was regarding Broly, is that Saiyans is definitely like one of the most flexible tags in the game, right? Because you have like a majority of Saiyans just running around. You're always going to have Saiyans running around, and so I feel like if you're one of those players, especially if you're a free-to-play player, you're struggling a little bit on the Saiyan aspect of things, and you really need that red slot. Like, yes, you do have that Broly there, but I feel like this guy is the better option for the Saiyan tag in particular. And then I feel like he has some decent stuff right here, right? Like, he has the ability that is very similar to the Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Purple Goku, in which when he enters the battlefield, his unique grants him a strike card on entry. So you have like room to extend your combos, to go ahead and get yourself quicker to that next Rising Rush, and even on his main ability, he is able to go ahead and draw another strike card. And so I feel like he has a lot of good stuff going for him. He gets another 20% to damage inflicted if a Saiyan other than this character is a battle member on your team. So I feel like he does have a lot going on for him. And again, this might be a little bit biased. These opinions are both our own opinions here, right? They're definitely, these aren't just facts. So I just feel like he has a good spot right here on Saiyans, and I do think you'll find more success with this guy on Saiyans than with the Fury Broly.
Yeah, I agree, because Nappa is actually pretty good, dude. Like, Nappa can deal a lot of damage and he can tank fairly well as well. So yeah, I can definitely see him being on your list, but he's just not on my list currently because I just couldn't find the proper argument for him being above any of the units that I have on my list right now. So
that's understandable.
I don't think it's too wild of a thing to say that he's number 7 on your list, to be fair. So yeah, I can see that, dude. I can see that as well.
Okay, I'm glad to know that I wasn't just coming out of like the left field here.
Yeah,
right.
you gave pretty good arguments for him. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you thought about it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so moving into our number 6 picks, I have the Zenkai EX Frieza. How about you, ZVG?
I also have the Zenkai 7 EX Frieza at number 6 on my list as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right.
Yeah, perfect, honestly.
All right, so we can both do this one together.
You want to take this one?
Okay.
All right. So, all right, let me go first. So basically, dude, when this guy came out, I thought he was gonna be trash. Like, I thought it was gonna be trash. Then Gresh uploaded that video.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
In the coming week, everyone was saying that this guy's broken, and I'm like, dude, what's going on? And then I watched the video and I was like, oh, whoa. What is this unit right now?
Yep.
Right? And he does a lot of damage, dude. Like, he does a lot of damage, and he does have that full screen immobilized card as well, which is very good. It can be used as defense, and it can also be used as offense. So, like, lock your opponent in, pop the ultimate, or like the main ability, or even the Rising Rush. You know, it's very, very powerful. And coupled with the Elder Frieza support and the Blue Cooler support, his damage is just off the chains, dude. Off the chain. It's actually pretty incredible how that Frieza went from nothing to like something that quickly with the Zenkai boost.
Exactly. Yeah, this dude is just absolutely nutty. And because how I just keep going on and on about how like Saiyans is like the most expansive tag in the game, this guy actually has the 20% blast damage inflicted against Saiyans, and he reduces damage from the tag Saiyans as well. And you were mentioning the Aleph Frieza. Aleph Frieza gives you damage reduction as well, right? It's just part of his kit. And so he's doing a lot of good stuff here. So I feel like he's extremely good. He definitely warrants a little bit higher on the list. I just thought it was funny because when this guy had first came out, that Goresh video, like you said, dropped, people were going nuts over him. I had some buddies arguing with me that this guy was actually better than the Zenkai 7 Cooler. And so it was just pretty nuts. Yeah,
the reason why I don't have him higher on my list is simply due to the fact that I think Blue Cooler has now evolved into the main blue of LOE. I don't think there's really room for discussion anymore since we do have that Zenkai 7 Yellow Frieza who's strike based and the Middle Cooler as well who's, I don't know, he's in between, but like LOE is moving to a strike based team currently, right? So
Yeah.
and the Zenkai 7 Blue Cooler support is pretty good. So that's why I have him at number 6 on my list. Like he would be higher if he was the main blue on LOE, but sadly he's not, and he's mostly ran with that Blue Cooler as well. So
Yeah,
that's why I have him at number 6 on my list.
I definitely agree. Well, obviously we do agree.
All
We
right.
both have him right there at 6.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So the top 5 units, the top 5 free-to-play units in the game that we each have. At the number 5 spot, I have Zenkai 7 Kid Goku. Who do you have, Mr. Ansdeek?
Okay, so for my number 5 spot, I actually have the Zenkai 7 Legends Road Gotenks.
Okay, that's pretty interesting if I do say so myself. Now, you mind telling the people why you have Gotenks at number 5?
Okay, so the reason why I have Gotenks at number 5 is just because of the fact that he is on the main team for the Legends Road, right? And Legends Road is probably I think it's safe to say Legends Road is probably the most free-to-play friendly, most viable team in the game at the moment right now because everything is purely free-to-play. And so this guy is definitely a must-have. He's a defensive type, and he definitely proves that, right? He is definitely defensive. He's extremely tanky. He's hard to kill. He has card draw speed, and then he can reload his card on his main ability alongside restoring his own health. So he's going to continue to tank. He's going to continue to take hits, and he just works so well with the Kid Goku itself too. Because this guy's going to tank, but say like they want to get rid of your tank, then you can go ahead and just be like, all right, let me just throw in Kid Goku, so he can actually tank the actual Rising Rush instead. So I feel like they have extreme synergy with each other. That's why he's granted my number 5 slot. I feel like he just does a lot of good stuff, and he has decent damage to boot.
Yeah, he does have everything that you said a while ago. Now, the reason why I have Kid Goku at number 5, especially above Frieza, is the fact that this Goku right here, you can still run him on Saiyans, dude. Like, he hasn't fallen off that hard. Like, he's still very good. He still has support. He has endurance. He has that, that good green card, even though he can get countered pretty easily. If you do have a strike card, it's still pretty good. He has that good ultimate, dude. And every time I fight him, it feels like he does more damage than he should. Right? And also the fact that he's the main staple of the Legends Road team too. Alright, so that's why I do have him at number 5 and above the Frieza too, since he's actually the main core on a team. Right? And I value that higher than someone who's like a secondary choice. Right? So that's why I do have him at number 5 on my list. The endurance by itself is pretty strong, dude. Like, endurance is, even though it can be nullified pretty easily, it's still very threatening in an actual rank match.
Exactly. I definitely agree.
Yeah, so that's why I do have my number 5 on my list.
Okay, so moving on to number 4 on our list, on our respective lists, I actually have the Kid Goku as my number 4 slot. How about you, ZBG?
Well, it seems that our number 5 and number 4 are swapped because I have Green Gotenks at number 4, dude. I have Green Gotenks at number 4, bro. I have my number 4.
Okay, so we're kind of like, we're on the same wavelength in a sense here.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, so the reason why I do have the Gotenks above Goku is the fact that Gotenks is actually, you can't consider Gotenks the main green unit for the Fusion Warrior tag, since Gotenks is one of the best tanks in the game. Like a Zenkai 7, Gotenks is no slouch at all. I think he's actually pretty underrated from the entire community as a whole when he came out, but now that we're seeing his true colors in this meta right now, he's actually a pretty fierce opponent to go up against. Like, I dread every time I go up against Gotenks because I know that it's gonna be a very hard fought match because it takes so much to kill this man. But he has good tanking ability, great tanking ability, I should say. He has decent damage, and he just very solid.
I agree.
And I find that he gives me more problems than the Kid Goku, right? And Green Gotenks is also a part of that Legends Road team as well. So he's pretty core on 2 teams, Fusions and Legends Road. And you can make the argument for him being better than Kefla on Fusions simply due to the fact that Fusions doesn't have a tank, right? And he fills that role extremely. He does above and beyond for the Fusion team when it comes to tanking. So that's why I have him on my number 4 spot.
That's honestly, I didn't even consider the fact that he's probably, a lot of people would probably run him over Kefla. So that's a very, very good argument in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I actually have it flipped on the other side, why I have Kigoku over Gotenks, is because this guy was the very first free-to-play Zenkai that we got. He was the original jack of all trades, right? He had endurance, he had good damage, he was able to tank, like everything. Like he was just insane. If you didn't have this guy, chances are you were probably not having a good time in PvP going against this guy constantly.
Yeah, that's facts.
So the reason why I have him over here over Gotenks is because of the fact that, like how ZVG had said, he is on a Saiyans team and also on the Legends Road team, and it still can be argued to this day that people are running this man on the Saiyans team religiously, right? Like this guy will not leave some people's Saiyans teams, and that's just how it is because he is just that much. He has that much value because he has support, he has the endurance, and so he definitely has like a spot guaranteed on Legends Road at all times, and he is definitely still a good run-in for Saiyans to go ahead and fill the support role. I know a lot of people in terms of like Sun Family and stuff, he has been completely replaced by the Super Saiyan or transforming Goten. But at the same time, I feel like he is still incredibly like popular. I definitely do still see him in games today, and so I feel like that's why he just had a little bit of the edge up. And then I feel like he definitely has the best Z ability in terms of like Legends Road at 14 stars, right? Because he does give the 35% to base strike and blast defense.
And also, one thing I forgot to mention about Gotenks real quick is that you can run this guy on hybrids too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can run him on hybrids and get results. So, because hybrids doesn't really have a green unit other than green chunks, and green chunks can die to blues, bro. Like that's how squishy he is. So Gotenks can be that tank on that team, dude. I've seen it happen before, and it's pretty decent.
Definitely, for sure. I've seen teams where people run just the Goku or the Goten, and then the Gotenks and the LF go on, and it's so annoying to go against. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, guys, we're getting into our top 3 best free-to-play units in the game right now, and I don't think our top 3 is gonna be controversial at all. Honestly, because it's pretty clear cut who the 3 best free-to-play units are in the game right now. And at number 3, I have Zenkai 7 Green Broly.
All right, so this one actually might be controversial for me. I don't know, but so for me, I have, for my top 3, number 3 is going to be Zenkai 7 Green Broly also. So maybe not so controversial.
Dude, you got me scared there. I was like, who would be his number 3? I was like, is there someone I missed or something? I was like, who would be his number 3? And I'm glad that we do have Green Broly at number 3, dude. Yeah. So I'll let you take this one.
Okay. So as you guys do know, these guys are pretty fresh to the free-to-play scene. If you guys don't know, if you guys are curious as to why we're actually having these guys on the free-to-play list, it's because these guys had barely gotten the free-to-play status because of the new and updated the Zenkai Rush mode that we just got. So now you can obtain these guys' Zenkai levels from the weekly rushes, or I don't know if it's weekly. Is it weekly?
No, it's bi-weekly.
The bi-weekly rushes that we get, you can slowly but surely get these guys up to Zenkai 7. This guy and amongst other guys that we will go over later. But the reason why I have him at number 3 is because he's one of the newer Zenkais that we've gotten. And at Zenkai 7, this guy is just an absolute tank. This guy is like known for stalling out games for so long, especially with his green card, with all that good stuff. He's on Sagas from the movies. He's on Super Saiyans. I've seen a lot of people run this guy alongside Bardock. I've seen this guy just run on Sagas from the movies team. He can also be thrown on a powerful opponent, and of course, he's a Saiyan.
Yeah, dude, the reason why I mainly have this guy, so him and Green Gotenks are pretty underrated, I would say. Now, the big reason why this guy's at number 3 on my list is the fact that he is a step above Gotenks when it comes down to tanking, dude. Like, this guy is the realest, the best definition of a tank in the game right now is Zenkai 7 Green Broly, dude. Like, he has a strike cover, he does more damage to Goku's, I'm pretty sure he does. His green card blocks every single attack in the game other than a Rising Rush. His green card into the special move combo is insanely powerful, bro. Especially coupled with Bardock. And I've seen this guy being around with Bardock a lot in the top ranks, dude. Like, because Saiyans don't really have a green unit, and this Broly is Super Saiyan and one of the best tanks in the game, so he just works extremely well on the Super Saiyan team with Bardock and Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan Goku, Purple, and the Zenkai 7 Gogeta, right?
Exactly.
And also on movies too. Movies, he's the tank on movies and set. So basically, the reason why I have him at number 3 is the fact that he's just a tank, bro. Like, his tanking cannot go without notice. I would say it's always a tough fight when it comes to facing this Green Broly. He's one of the units that I hate fighting the most in the game right now.
Yeah, he can be very tedious to go against. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then on top of the fact that he gets that, like how you said, he gets that 20% damage inflicted against Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. So that's pretty juicy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh really? That's actually pretty juicy. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. Alrighty, and so for our
so that was our number 3. And so for the number 2 spot, who do you have, Mr. Azlik?
So for my number 2, I think this is where we're going to. I think the audience kind of knows where we're gearing towards with this, with the last two couple units. But I think
I'm pretty sure they know. Yeah,
we're going to have a little bit of a difference here. So my number 2 pick is actually the Super Saiyan Blue Zenkai Goku. How about you?
You're free to play 21.
Yeah.
Free to play 21 is my number 2 pick. Now I would love to hear your argument for why. I'm assuming that you have number 21 at the number 1 spot, right? I mean, if you have anyone else, then expect to get hit in the comments. But
yeah,
I would really like to know the reason why you do have 21 above this Goku. Go ahead, Mr. Azlik. I think the audience wants to hear as well.
Okay, so at this point, as you guys all know, you guys know who our number 1s and 2s are. So the reason why I actually have Zenkai 21 over the Super Saiyan Blue Zenkai Goku is because I cannot lie to you guys. Although the Super Saiyan Blue Goku is a Saiyan, he's on God Ki, he's on Sun Family, and he definitely can work on all of those teams right there. But he is primarily a God Ki member, right? If you're a God Ki user, and we do have God Ki users in here, you do know that this guy is an amazing unit for God Ki. But at the same time, I feel like God Ki is kind of like, I might be wrong in thinking this, but I feel like they're a premium tag. And I feel like sometimes it might be hard to build the ideal God Ki team. Of course, this guy is going to ease that pain just a little bit. But the reason why I had the Zenkai 721 as my number 1 pick is because she is almost like a staple on both androids and on regeneration. And not only that, is that she can also be slapped. She also has the powerful opponent tag. She has the he has the female tag. And so she has all of those. So I feel like she's just a very, very important role in all of those teams that she is on. And I just feel like with the other guys, I feel like they're definitely a cut above, right? Like they're like the sparking Zenkais. Like people are upset that these guys are free to play now, right? And this guy, Android 21, is completely free to play from the jump. And I just feel like she has just so much to offer in terms of support. Like she gets card draw speed, and then on top of it, especially in PvP, you guys all know, you guys all had the pleasure of being hit by a Rising Rush. You guys have all had the pleasure of getting hit by 2 Rising Rushes after getting your own guest. And so this 21 actually makes that more, this Android 21 is going to make that happen a lot more, because if you guys didn't know, this Android 21 grants you 3 Dragon Balls on death. So if they have already rushed you and then you finally killed one of their members, it's probably going to be Android 21, if not any of the other cancerous regeneration members, and they're going to be one step closer to just getting another Rising Rush on you. Imagine this Android 21 coming at you with DKP, who is going to steal your balls, right? Without consent. And then they're going to go ahead and just farm Rising Rushes off. And that's pretty much their main goal, is to just get as many Rising Rushes as possible. And that's where I feel like she is just absolutely ridiculous. So, ZVG.
All right, yeah, I can say, dude, once I put some thought into it, I was like, dude, the main reason why he's going to have 21 above Goku is because of her versatility. And I was right. Because then I was thinking about, I was like, damn, Goku can only be ran on one team, and 21 has females, androids, and regeneration. So I can see why you do have her above Goku. Now, I don't think it's going to be controversial anymore, because the explanation that you give was actually pretty valid, right? But for me, the kits are just too far apart for me to put her above this Goku, even though she does have the edge when it comes to versatility. This Goku is without a doubt, has the best free-to-play kit in the entire game right now. I mean, restoring Vanish on main, the support in his kit for his Gaki allies and whatever, 10% every card he uses. The fact that he's a tank god at the start too for like 45 time accounts, where he will take no damage whatsoever and heal all back up with his green card. And in the late game, when he becomes an absolute beast, right? One of the best last man standing units in the entire game. I think only second to like FSK, and that's a pretty big,
that's a pretty
feat to have, right?
Those are some big shoes
that's
to
a
fill.
pretty feat to have. Yeah, big shoes to fill, right? So even though 21 has the versatility over him, I feel like his kit is just way better than 21's for me to justify her being over him. Even though you are right, I mean, she does have Android's Region and Female Warrior, so for free-to-play players in general, she will fit on more teams, But I feel like when it comes to like the meta and the game and whatever else, I think he's the clear-cut better unit. And that's just my opinion.
Honestly, I definitely do agree. I think a lot of reason too why I was a little bit biased towards 21 is because we just got that Buhan, and because Buhan is going to cover Android 21 pretty nicely. So I feel like that is something that I took into consideration.
And also the fact that DKP is going to be coming to cover her as well. So her teams are getting support currently. I mean, we have the Bulma that just got released too, and we have the DKP coming out. So her teams are getting better and better by every week. So I can definitely see why she would be number 1 on your list.
Exactly.
Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of my list and Azik's in the comments. So I'd say the final list is looking pretty perfect, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you agree, Azik?
Yeah, I feel like this is a good balance of both of the lists right here, especially because I feel like for the most part we kind of had like a similar mindset going through this. They weren't too different, they weren't too far off.
I mean, the only difference was really, you having Nap on the list.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, other than that, I think and I had Buhan on the list, so we had 2 different units right there. But other than that, we pretty much had the same units in the same spots for some of them, right?
Exactly.
So I'd say, it's a pretty good list, and we pretty much were on the same wavelength as well. So yeah, guys, follow us on all our social media platforms. We got LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. And check us out individually down below in the comments, me and Azik. And yeah, this is ZVG, one of the free-to-play gods. And
I'm Azdik, the other free-to-play god.
And this was our on the best free-to-play units in the game. And we will catch you guys in the next video on the 5-9 Gamer channel. Peace out, guys.
Later.